Thank you. Right, so bear with me. I've worked out it's 2,920 days to the day that I left Medialand. I'm still alive. I'm still using the skills that I gained across 15, 20 years of working, but I'm doing it in a totally different sector and in a different way. So there's several moments in my life that I'd like to draw back to that I think have led me to this stage today, and I want to share a few of them with you now. So as Kathleen said, slides? That's what, we were going to do that, weren't we? Where is she? That one. Perfect. Right, so at the age of 16, I was a happy lad. I had 4 GCSEs, a first aid qualification, life was good, and building was clearly my future. 12 months in, I had my first sort of moment on my own, which is I met too many people without enough fingers. They chopped them off with tools, and I didn't think that's how I wanted to be. I decided I didn't like dust. It was freaking horrible, and working in some of the areas wasn't very pleasant at all. And at the age of 16 also, I didn't have a girlfriend, and all my mates did, and I wasn't meeting any girls, and I needed to get on with it. So I sat with my mum, we had a good conversation, we worked out a plan, and I wanted to work in a clean environment, I wanted to wear a suit, and importantly, find a girlfriend. Next slide. Thank you. So using my tutors at college, I switched courses to, I think it was a GMVQ in business and finance. I doubt they're still going. I did my work experience at the Somerset County Gazette, which was the best 4 years it went on to be of my sales career. Working in the telesales department, the fun and energy felt there was nothing like I've ever experienced again. I was also the only one who sat there and read Media Week. We had a subscription, nobody owned up to who it was for, and I used to sit there reading it. And one day I said to myself, right, I need to sell nationally, I want to get bigger, I want to work on a daily newspaper, and I want to go to London and follow my dream. So landed a job at the FT, and had some pretty good times there as well, working under Danny Eldred and a great team that taught me pretty much everything I know about sales. But I could see the change was coming, the dot-com boom had bust and the new one was coming, and I thought to myself I wanted to be ahead of this sector and get involved in the digital stuff. So I used my skills, went to Yahoo and had fantastic 4 years there, and then finished up with Facebook, where I still grew by the day, learning new skills and different ways of working. Thank you. So I had many good years doing that, but as I started to go down this road of digital sales, etc., walking the tightrope between agencies, internal managers, and clients, life became pretty tricky. I still love the media lunches. I like to think of myself as a lunch king. The parties and sales conferences were always great fun. But before long, I just found myself, being brutally honest, being tunnel-focused on status and money, and there was no getting away from it. Until one day, this happened, and it wasn't a mega night out. It was I call it my face drop moment. So basically, I had Bell's palsy, caught it overnight, and it wasn't a funny moment in my life. But it was certainly one that made me stop and think. And it was basically too much pushing and pulling, ultimately pulled me apart, and my body said, Jonny, no more. I have to say, the friends that I made in the industry were so kind and supportive to me. They really helped me with the big decisions. But I followed my gut as I did when I decided I didn't like dust, and enough was enough for me. If you like reading books, read The Intelligent of the Unconsciousness. It's all about your gut and how it connects to your brain, and it's a well-worthy read. Thank you. So I wanted to keep using the skills that I gained in the industry, and I needed to change my mindset. So I focused on fulfillment. I still wanted to add value and do something, and I wanted to keep progressing, trying out new things, and seeing what I could get up to. My next job saw me take up a local opportunity at a dead but upcoming beautiful golf club. I didn't know a thing about golf. I'd scuffed 2 rounds in my life. And all of a sudden, I found myself in charge of 450 acres, and I didn't know anything about grass or trees. It was like tumbleweed in the winter, and it was just a shocking start to a golf manager's career. But I used the skills I'd gained in the industry to bring it back to life. So we now have 90 staff, from minimum wage through to salaried managers, 1,000 members, and we're the busiest golf club in Hertfordshire. But golf isn't a really fun model, so we really focused on growing out the fun side of the business, which is in weddings, christenings, the restaurant, etc. And now 70% of our business comes from outside of the golf course, which is really good. The major moment in life that this taught me is that time is non-refundable. The industry you're in is by far and away the most generous in development and giving you all the skills. But I can assure you that when my time comes, I'll be glad I spent time with my son on a mower than sat in rocker on a Friday lunchtime. Although it's debatable. He's a good boy. Right, so, but it was a bloody great restaurant. So you're all, right, next slide. So, right, so you're all far more skilled and adaptable than you'd ever believe, I can assure you of that. If you catch yourself dreaming, what if, please promise yourself, use the skills you've gained, plan your next decade and make it memorable. I'm living proof of 4 GCSEs and a first aid qualification. It can be done, so you can do it too. Thank you.